Alright, this video is going to walk you through real quick how to solve a linear word problem. In this word problem you read that Alberta was pumping gas at a steady rate into her car at the gas station. Her gas tank was completely empty. She wanted to know the speed at which the gas was being pumped. So she started her stopwatch and there was already 2.4 gallons pumped on the machine. Then she also recognized 40 seconds later there was 5.88 gallons pumped. Now, at this point right here, we need to figure out how fast the gas is getting pumped and how is it growing. Well, what you notice is that it gets pumped at a steady rate into her car. When you read something like this, that's your tip-off to let you know that it's a linear situation. Then when it's linear, that means you have to figure out what it's adding by each time. So we want to figure out how fast the gas is being pumped per second. So in order to do that, we need to use this formula right here. It says for adding, you're going to do the next term minus the previous term and then divide by the gap. And to do that, you first of all take your data that's given to you, starting her stopwatch. That means you're at time 0 and there's 2.4 gallons in their tank. Then we also recognize 40 and 5.88 gallons. So we take it over here and put it into a table first. Then we take the formula next that we're trying to do here and we're going to try to solve that. So when you try to do next minus previous, that's 5.88. Subtracting off the previous 2.4. Then we divide by the gap. The gap is how far apart these two things are. In this case here, your gap equals 40. That's how far it is between the two coordinates. Then I divide by 40. Now, if I put that in my calculator, I'm going to get 0.087. That's 0.087 gallons per second. So it doesn't sound like much, but it's going to be, over time, quite a big deal. So this is gallons per second. All right. Now I know the rate which thing is being pumped, so I'm going to put that in my blank here too. This little blank that I put in my homework problem is 0.087. Next, write down the equation that models this situation for the equation for this for this table. Well, I know what I'm starting with. I have 2.4, and I know what it's going up by. So that if I know those two pieces, what I started at and what it's going by, then I can add that to my equation. So then I'll do that next. So my equation is y equals, I'm starting with 2.4. What am I doing to it? I'm adding 0.087 gallons for every second. And it keeps growing as time goes. That's my equation. Now, it does ask in part B how much is in the tank at t equals 0. That's already right here. That's your starting value of 2.4. So therefore, I'll put 2.4 gallons when the thing first started. Now, how long will it take to fill the 18-gallon tank? So then in this case here, I'm going to then have the option to have to think about where I want to put this 18 gallons. That is my y value. So I'm going to put that in for y. And when I solve this, I'll have 18 equals 2.4 plus 0.087x. And as you solve that, you're going to subtract 2.4 to both sides. Subtract 2.4, and then I'm going to get, on this side, these cross out, and then I get 15.6 equals 0.087x. And finally, the last step would be to divide by 0.087 to both sides, 0.087. And then these will cross out, and then eventually I'm going to get x equals 179.31 seconds. Sounds like a lot of seconds, but that's actually not that long. And that's our final answer. That's the time it takes to fill the tank to 18, our equation, and then the rate at which it's being pumped. Hopefully this video helps, and good luck.